In Texas, if you're 17, you're automatically tried as an adult. Grand jury had no control over that. Are you with me?
Yes.
He was 17. He's automatically tried as an adult, but he doesn't automatically have to be indicted with murder. That could have been aggravated, right? Manslaughter.
Right.
There's a whole list of crimes they could have went with.
So you're saying he should have been charged, just not with the first-degree murder or whatever. Was it first degree?
He didn't have to be charged at all.
So
this could have been self-defense.
A white young boy body drops, and you think he should not have been charged.
The reason you labeled it a white boy is you're putting it within the context of the racism of American society. Let me flip it around for you, Loon. If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him, or he falls onto the white boy's knife, which is what we believe happened. Okay? Austin fell onto Carmelo's knife trying to attack him because the knife is 3.5 inches. The cut was only 2. Loon, if I'm stabbing you, why am I going halfway with a knife blade that's only 3.5 inches? You fell onto my knife. Regardless, Loon, do you really think those 2 black boys who fell on that white boy's knife are going to get convicted of murder in 35 years?
No.
Do you think they even get indicted with murder?
That's a fact. No,
we know they don't. You know why? Because there's the case of another boy by the name of Kason Allison. Have you heard of him?
No.
Same year, same state.
Former Belton High student Kason Allison was sentenced today to the maximum 10 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of fellow student Joe Ramirez.
This comes after a jury found Allison guilty of criminally negligent homicide, and a judge added a deadly weapon enhancement to his potential sentence. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker was in the courtroom for today's sentencing and has the latest.
Nearly 3 years after Joe Ramirez died, the man who stabbed him will spend a decade behind bars. Judge Wade Faulkner sentenced Allison to 10 years in confinement in the institutional division.
It may be because I'm colored folk, right? It may be because I'm colored folk and I'm hard of understanding. 10 is less than 35, right? Am I tripping? I could be wrong, but I think 10 is less.
This comes after 9 witnesses testified, including the mothers of both Ramirez and Allison, school employees who responded to the stabbing, and Allison's therapist. 3 Belton ISD staff members described lasting trauma from that day: sleepless nights, anxiety, and PTSD. One teacher said the incident forced her into medical retirement. Joe's family tearfully shared how his
10 years, huh? 10 years.
Loss has changed their lives, and say they haven't received true justice. The defense presented Allison's parents and counselor, who testified about his growth and remorse over 3 years of therapy.
Where's Bell County at? Hold on. Oh, this is in Texas. Oh, really? Huh. I love how I love how the maximum is only 10 years. Of criminally negligent homicide. I'm gonna have to see what actually happened. Ramirez was just 18 when he was stabbed to death by Allison. Oh. The maximums in it. That's blowing me right now. That's blowing me right now. The maximum sentence. 10 years.
Revealing that Allison is now a father. Defense attorney Boyd warned that prison would be a, quote, death sentence for his client, and asked for just 2 years. But prosecutors successfully argued for the maximum, calling Ramirez's death, quote, entirely avoidable. When Faulkner announced the 10-year sentence, Ramirez's family erupted in applause and cheers. The judge quickly restored order while Allison's family sat in stunned silence. Following the sentencing, Ramirez's mother took the stand, looked Allison in the eye, and said, quote, "You get this measly 10-year sentence while I'm serving a life sentence without my son." The DA's office said, quote, they hope today's verdict can allow Joe's family and our community to move forward. Alice.
But he got 30, but Carmelo got 35 years for arguably self-defense, worst case manslaughter. They put murder on that boy, but they gave this little boy criminal negligent homicide with a maximum of 10 years.
Was immediately taken into custody and booked into the Bell County Jail, where he began his sentence today. In Belton City.
What happened in Casey Allison's case, Loon? This white boy
Crazy work.
invited this Latino boy to the school's bathroom for a fight. The white boy, Casey Allison, was armed with a knife. He invites him to fight him with a knife. And in the course of the fight, he pulls out the knife, stabs the Latino 4 times. He dies.
4 times. 4 times. Stabs him 4 times. Homeboy Carmelo, they're saying that he fell on the knife, but even if it was a stab, stabbed him 1 time, right? Stabbed him 1 time. It was 1 stab. This boy stabbed him 4 times and got 10 years for criminal negligent homicide.
Same year, same state. He doesn't get charged with murder. He got charged with aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something to that effect. Guess what his sentence was?
What?
Premeditated. Carmelo didn't know they was coming into the tent.
Literally.
Kayson's case, he invited the boy. He invited him to the bathroom, shanked him 4 times, Loon, murdered him.
Like it was prison. Like they in prison. That's crazy.
Even the students in the school said he was saying he wanted to put him on life support. Guess what his charge was? Aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something similar. Guess what the sentence was? 10 years. Guess when he'll get paroled? In 5. Help me.
And the fucking lawyer still had the gall to fucking fight for 2 years. He tried to fight for 2. This motherfucker stabbed him 4 times. He still had the gall to fucking try to fight for 2 years. Talking about it's a 10 years is a death sentence. That's yo, Lord Jesus.
You understand
Lord
something,
Jesus,
Lou?
Lord Jesus.
Help
Lord
me
Jesus.
understand. Carmelo Anthony, Casey Allison. Same age, same state. The one, self-defense.
Yeah.
Murder conviction, 35 years. The other, premeditated stabbing, 4 times. Aggravated manslaughter.
It's crazy.
And what's the difference, class? What's the difference? White and black. What was the first thing that piece of shit of a father tried to come out and say? This is not about race. Yes, it is. It's always been about race. It will never not be about race until y'all hateful motherfuckers let shit go. That's really what it is. Because it don't matter how many times we teach our kids to just let things be for what it is and just move forward, keep your eyes down, leave people alone. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how much you teach them that, because white people still put their foot in stuff, they put their hand in stuff, they put their eyes and nose and shit that don't matter, that has nothing to do with them. But they cause issues, and a lot of times they get away with it. Not all the time, but most of the time they get away with it. They get away with it. They're given the benefit of the doubt because of their skin color. It's baffling to me.
10-year sentence, he's home in 5. Because Carmelo was convicted of murder, Loon, he has to do half the sentence.
Yes.
17 and a half years.
Yeah.
Casey Allison, 4 shanks. He'll be home in 5.
So you think it's racism is the reason why they didn't interpret it with a lesser charge at any level? Because they could have did it before they charged him.
Grand
they could have
jury
did it
sets
in the
the charge.
But they could have in the jury. They could have interpreted a lesser charge too.
Okay, let's deal with that. Judge Cockroach told the jury, you can consider manslaughter. I don't believe he did that to help Carmelo.
No.
He did that to make sure Carmelo didn't walk like Rick Child Mean in Columbia, South Carolina. You see that?
Yeah.
Rick Child, the jury was given no instruction to consider a lesser charge. Find him guilty of murder or he walks. They did it on purpose.
Yeah,
It was a
that's
setup.
crazy.
First of all, both cases were setups, and we'll get to Cyrus Carmack Belton later.
Yes.
With Carmelo Anthony's case, Judge Cockroach told the jury they could consider manslaughter, Loon, not to help Carmelo get a lesser charge, to make sure Carmelo wouldn't be acquitted.
And I believe that there's definitely
Yeah, they didn't want them to think that they could have did anything else. I can see that, because I didn't even think that they could do anything else. I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest with you. You learn something new every day. That's why I like to listen. That's why I like to, I like to read. I like to watch informational videos. I like to see what's going on. I didn't know that they could choose a lesser charge. I thought it was, he's convicted of murder. Either, it's murder or you're free. And then I guess him saying, or you could do manslaughter, making it seem like you have the choice between murder and manslaughter. I see it.
Strategy involved with all things when you get into that court.
Strategy? How about, Mike Howard is the lead attorney for Carmelo Anthony, right? Caucasian Mike Howard. And then he's working with another Caucasian on the defense team, right? By the name of Toby. Toby is friends with and used to work in the same office as the prosecutor for the state. Let me ask you a question, Lou. Do you really believe that an attorney for Carmelo Anthony, black boy on trial for his life, has worked for years with the prosecutor prosecuting his client? Look at his loon. The man prosecuting your client is your friend. And you mean to tell me they wasn't sharing notes? You mean to tell me there wasn't a game plan? You mean to tell me that this wasn't a setup for the beginning? First of all, if I'm talking to Mike Howard, the lead attorney for Carmelo, why was Toby an additional defense attorney on Carmelo's case if he's friends with the prosecution?
Right.
That is a conflict of interest. And I personally believe the reason Toby was put on Carmelo's defense was to feed the strategy to the prosecutor.
Gang, I know it all sounds like speculation. It all sounds like conspiracy, right? But when you look at the fact that they had over 20, I think they had like 22 witnesses on the prosecution, and then they had prosecuting side, and then they had like 2 to 3. I think it was 2, but I think it was like 2 to 3 around there on the defense, right? Does that sound fair to y'all? 20 to 2, 22 to 3. Even if he had 5, 22 to 5. Does that sound fair? Better yet, if you were on trial and capital murder, 35 years is on the line for you, you're about to go away for 35, would you be okay with you only having 2 witnesses on your side versus whoever's attacking you, whoever's coming for you, right? Whoever's going to put you in jail, they got 20 or more. That's it right with you? White, black, Mexican, other. You know what I'm saying? Would it sit right with you? No, it wouldn't. And you know it wouldn't.
And then we find out later that the prosecutor and the judge and Daddy Metcalf are all friends.
All friends.
Complete conflict of interest through the whole case. The judge, if that is found to be true, if what is alleged is found to be true, that judge needs to be snatched.
It's all allegedly, right? If it's proven to be true, which I believe it is true. If it's proven to be true, then man, a lot of y'all pandering motherfuckers, man, y'all finna look stupid as hell.
Off the bench, but it don't even matter no more, Loon. You know why? He's retiring anyway.
Right.
Carmelo's case might be the last case of his career, so he just wanted to lynch one more ninja before he goes into retirement.
Okay,
That's
what do you say?
crazy. So he did all this and then got out of Dodge. That's crazy. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That man's smart as hell. That man's smart as hell. And they ain't gonna, I don't know what they're gonna do, but if history keeps repeating itself, he's gonna be able to get his retirement. He's gonna be able to get his pensions. He's gonna be able to get his benefits. He's gonna be chilling. He about to live the rest of his life chilling, right? Instead of being charged for being a crooked judge, being charged for not abiding by the law and working within the parameters of the law. He's not going to be charged of that. He should, but he's not going to. Because what? It's America. You gotta love this shit, man. Look, if y'all want to watch the rest of this interview, of course I'm gonna put the link in the bio. Put your comments down, let me know what y'all thinking, let me know how y'all feeling, agree or disagree. We're all human beings, we're all adults. You should be an adult watching my videos. We're all adults, we should be able to disagree amicably, you know what I'm saying? We should be able to have a conversation and be chilling. But man, y'all have a blessed one.
I need a bitch to ride for me, to die for me.